Hello guys, Matt back again with the roundup for the deck review for the previous game against Andrew Marlow and his eyes. Not much to change. As you can see, the game went a lot better, and as good as that is to see obviously the deck performing, that you learn more from losing than you do from winning. So this is going to be a particularly short video. The 0.5 episodes are shorter anyway, and the game against Marlow was almost an hour anyway, so this is definitely going to be shorter. So the only real changes I was thinking of doing, and I discussed it in the game, was changing Unafraid. Changing Unafraid with Triumphant Hunt. So it's more angled towards what I'm looking to do, i.e. killing people. And there's a lot of upgrades that make you a quarry that's currently in circulation and currently quite popular, so I'm quite confident that then I would be able to proc both of the criteria to score this card. Whereas the problem with Unafraid is that I'm trying to kill you, so I don't really want to be within two of you, because I want you to be dead instead. So that's the first and obvious change I'm going to try, and we'll see how it goes. The other option I wasn't too confident about because of the way Championship currently plays, where you stack everything onto the one guy and then you go ham with them, team effort. In the two games that I've played, I haven't scored it. I don't think I scored it in the first game. Definitely didn't score it in the previous game. And I'm still leaning towards keeping it in just in case. But in the future, if I see myself not scoring it consistently, I'm going to drop it for something else. So get your thinking caps on for me to suggest better cards for it, because I'm not currently quite sure what, if anything, is better for it. The other suggestion was to swap Intimidating Display with Awesome Predator. This was from Nacho Manchera. So hello Nacho. So Intimidating Display. His argument was that many warbands will just outmatch me in wounds, especially with so many Morlogs, Crushers and Ogres around, and even the Dread Pageant outwounds me with the Slangor, Snake Slash. So that is actually quite a good argument. Awesome Predator is very similar. I think it just requires me to have the primacy, which I'm looking to do anyway, and to get my fighters up to 4 damage, which is quite easy to do with Ruinous Might being +1 damage. I think, and Sting of the Ear Grab and Great Strength. So that is actually a good shout, so I'm going to change that as well. So thank you, Nacho. And then there was lack of accuracy, because although I'm rolling hammers for 3/4 of the warband, they're quite low dice rolls. So he suggests that I swap out the spear and the Desecrated Gauntlet for the Mortis Relics, which is a good shout, to be fair, because as handy as the Amber Spear is, one glory isn't huge. I mean, it could swing the game, I suppose, but I think the other accuracy buffs are more important, especially like he said that I'm rolling the same dice with this and the Hellfire Sword, but the Hellfire Sword has more range. Obviously, Amber Spear you get a glory, but then you lose it, whereas Hellfire Sword is constant. So that is a good shout. Thank you, Nacho. So I'll remove Amber Spear and Desecrated Gauntlets. I'm always misplaying it, so I'm not bothered about keeping that one, so let's get rid of that. Let's put in the Mortis Relics. Filter on. So Crown of the Dead, and his suggestion was, oh, he doesn't actually steal his choice by all accounts. So I'm tempted. It's only really the reactions that are different, because I mean both have different upgrades, but I have plenty of that in the deck as it is. So after this fire's activation, spend a glory point, push an enemy fighter 1 hex. So that's almost like Desecrated Gauntlets, but you have to spend glory to do it. Or push 1 friendly fighter 1 hex. I'm tempted for that because extra movement is always handy. So Gauntlet Command and Crown of the Dead instead. Let me see. He's not entirely sold on gathered momentum. I get that to a degree, because like he said in the comment. Well, I lost it already. Good job. Gathered momentum is another tough one. With your move 3, it's going to rely too much on either having the right 2 cards available or scoring 2 surges in a round, while having this in hand a bit difficult. Yeah, I can see that to a degree. I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not entirely sure what to swap it for. So it'll stay for the time being, but I'll keep it in mind. So that puts me to just 1 restricted card, because I didn't take the Gauntlet of Dominance. So I probably should look at the restricted cards. Is there a way to look at the restricted cards? I suppose if we just went hot. Get rid of Mortar's Rel. Right, restricted cards. See, lack of sidestep is a concern, despite having Nightmare and Distraction. But I'm not really sure what else I'd take in instead. Let me just do upgrades. Let's do it one at a time. We've got 6 Surges, so I can't have any Surge cards. Dominant Position isn't good. It's a trap for Ravagers, because half the warband can't hold objectives. Well, they can, but technically they desecrate the token, and then they no longer count as holding the objective. So they would score Surge cards for holding objectives. Yeah, this is going to be a bit long and tough. So yeah, if you have any more suggestions on other cards to take, like, I do read all the comments, and I do reply to a vast majority of them. But I do greatly appreciate people letting me know what they think about certain cards and what they change for. Just rereading it. He suggests Flames of Spite to swap for Victimize. So let me check that out. So what's the difference between Victimize? Oh, it's +1 dice, it's not just a reroll. Okay, yeah, I get that. Flames of Spite gone. Victimize in. I see, yeah. More dice means more chance for a crit, so it's always handy. So that is more or less all of Nacho's upgrade suggestions. So thank you, Nacho, I do really appreciate that. I'll save it. As you can see, I've got lots of different decks. And we are good to go. So I'll see you in the next video. I'm not sure who my next opponent will be. Obviously we've got a bunch left to do. A potential another one depending on what happens in their life. But it's probably going to be, I'm not really sure. I'm going to ask around and see who's available. I'll swap for choice, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks, bye.